Hey guys, what's going on? Nick here. Hope you guys are having a great day. First off, I just wanted to say thank you to Michelle for giving me another shot to do this and to bring some good training for you guys today. I hope you guys get some good value out of this, and definitely that it helps with kind of clearing up a little bit of the fog, right? So, what I wanted to cover today is the power of your story. See, I have a lot of you guys that reach out to me and ask me, hey, Nick, what's going on with my content? For whatever reason, it is not working. Something's wrong. I'm not getting something right. Something along those lines, right? Over the last couple of weeks. And here's the thing, guys. You guys have to remember that anybody in business, anybody that's wanting to do something online, wanting to promote anything online, a key thing to remember. It's not just enough to say, hey, here's my product, because everybody's doing that, right? Here's my product, here's my service, right? Here is what it is I do, right? Everybody's doing that every day and twice on Sunday. It's so run of the mill that people just tune it out. So why do I talk about story today? Your story is what's going to make you stand out, right? Because in this online world, and a lot of you are just learning this. Yes, even the vets that's listening to this and watching this right now, they will have difficulty crossing that bridge between getting started or getting back into the groove and getting that message right. See, okay, so let me put it to y'all like this. I've been a motivational speaker for a lot of years, right? And it was only up till recently that I was attending a growth conference with Grant Cardone's team and Grant Cardone and the whole 10X community. And as long as I had been in business, as long as I had been a motivational speaker, I never really got the imperativeness, ironically, of telling your story, right? Of telling why you did what you did, telling who you were, where you are, where you're going, right? Because I heard that all of my career and I did not take it to heart until recently. Never mind, I talked about it. But sometimes as creators, we lose sight of the power of telling our story, the power of telling a story. See, that's what we miss most sometimes, is that we forget to tell a story because, like Michelle always says, facts tell, stories sell, right? And a lot of my mentors also said that, some variation of that. Well, we're telling your story, telling why it makes a difference in your life is what's most important, because we can't get so focused on the features, again, with the features and benefits, right? Because there's a profound difference between a feature and a benefit. The difference, again, is story, right? And I get it. You don't really know what to talk about. You don't really know what to say. You don't really know how to phrase certain things. We get hung up on the semantics a lot, right? We get hung up on structure. We get hung up on exactly how you say. We get hung up on verbiage and all that kind of stuff, when the most comments or messages that I get are, Nick, my content is not sounding authentic. My content is sounding like it's too scripted or it's read or whatever it is, right? Couple different, and I'm not going to put anybody out there, because it's not about any one person or another person. It's about everybody, because everybody can use that knowledge to say, yes, how can I come from a more authentic place? And how you do that is simply by sharing what's important to you, right? That's what this is about. That's what this is supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be you being able to share why something made a difference in your life. Why do people write testimonials, right? Why do people share about how a product, not just how they use the product, but how a product made a difference in their family? Like think about insurance commercials, like car insurance commercials. They talk about the safety that it brings you, right? Yes, they could talk about the structure of the policy and what's available and how much it covers and all that, but no, they focus on how real people have a peace of mind with the protection that they offer, right? That is what reaches people. That's what will reach into your living room and grab your heart, because you see the fact that a mom or a dad, even though they got into an accident, the whole family was in the car. You feel that story because you know how close they came. But more importantly, you get the story as to why they felt compelled to get that particular product, right? That particular insurance. It's no different. See, in this online world, it doesn't matter what you promote, right? It doesn't matter what you stand behind. You have to create that believability. And this is the thing. When you focus on just making the money, that's all it is. That's all that people see. Remember, how your belief level is will translate into your marketing. And it does not matter that you keep a smile on your face and you sound like you elevate your voice a little bit. It really makes a difference when it comes from in here, right? Like on the Zoom last week, right? Why were you guys so moved? Because it came from a real place. It came from a real story. It came from somewhere that I had been in my life, and I shared it with you. And that's what people connect with. So even though you're creating a short video, whether it's 7 seconds or whether it's a minute and a half or 10 minutes on TikTok, whatever it is, right? You have that amount of time to create that story, to tell a piece of that story. Because whether you say, hey, what I'm doing right now, when I first encountered this, it made a huge difference in my life because it gave more time to me to spend with my family. Or I struggled so much with finding something that made sense to me, that wasn't for the tech savvy people, because I'm not tech savvy, right? Because I struggled with learning how to use technology, because I'm an older person. I don't really do technology that much, but I am so happy that I found this that has no tech, that I had everything done for me, that I just had to plug in the system and use it. And it taught me skills that I would never have known in a million lifetimes. But just by saying those words is something that will get people to believe you. Not to say that you're trying to do something that is not genuine. You're coming from a place where, hey, I had this problem. For this length of time, I had a lack in my life. And this right here, this service, this product, this is what made a difference. This is what filled that hole. This is what made me feel more confident in myself. If you want to simply talk about the community, talk about the community, talk about the support, talk about the camaraderie, talk about how that gives you a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, a sense of having that feeling that you're never alone, because that's one of the most powerful things that will resonate even today in today's society, because people feel more disconnected than ever, which is also a reason why I am a big comporter of engagement, right? And positive engagement. So after you make your post today, after you make a video today, after you make, whether you're on camera or you're on faceless, it's your duty right after, or preferably right before you post that video that you made, that you put in your hook, you tell your story, you educate that person or those people or whoever reaches across that video, you educate them, and then leave your call to action, right? That's the 4 steps to create a successful video. And of course, your hook has to be able to stop the scroll, remember? So what you talk about is what you start with, I should say, is, hey, I was so messed up with this right here. Or did you know that, like you, I struggled with this right here? Or I can't believe I overcame this. You'll never believe this story. And you start to share your story, right? You start to share your story, then you educate them. Look, I struggled with this, but this, using these digital blueprints, it teaches you how to reach more people, how to engage with more people, how to bring people a valued resource, right? Now that I know that, I have the ability to use that, and it gives me purpose, right? Because people love going on a journey. People love going on a ride to say, I want to see if that guy can make it. And people underestimate that. People think that all you have to do is tell people what you have, tell people how much they need it, and that'll be enough for them. And that'll be enough for them to buy your product or service. It's not. You really think it is? I hate to be this real, but it's not going to work. You might as well get a billboard and put it out there. It's not lasting results. So you might get 7 or 10 people, maybe 15 people to say, hey, what is that billboard about? Can you tell me more about that? But are they going to buy? Because, guys, we keep saying it over and over again. People do not buy products or services, they buy the people selling them. So whenever you step out there, whenever you make up your mind to share about what it is you're promoting, don't forget that you are the difference maker. You have the secret sauce, your story, your life, your reasons, because you are not the only one that's been where you were. See, we have to remember that when we go through something, or when we move to a next season, or we overcome something, we got to look back. We got to look back to reach our hand back there to say, hey, I survived this, and this is how you can too. All right. So, guys, so easy peasy today, right? So, on top of sharing your story, talk about how much you've learned. You learned how to automate your business. Share how that works. Right? So that's one idea you could go with. Share how your process works. Right? Let people know that this is how automations work. Right? Another way you could do that, another way you could put it is simply this: I am happy that I am able to have a business with no monthly expenses, right? And share why that is, right? And then for your third idea is share what got you into business in the first place. Share what brought you to the online world. Share what had you interested. Share what got you to the place where you knew you had to make a decision. And I'll give you a small tip here. In this particular one, when you talk about what brought you into the online world, or at least curious about the online world, talk about what was the most important thing that made you get to a decision, right? Because yes, it's no secret that people have to see your product or service for at least 7 times before they actually make a decision. But when you cut straight through to why they are where they are, and they're thinking about, should I get into online? Do I know what's real? Can I trust this person? Meet them right where they're at in this one and say, listen, I get it's frustrating. I get it's a lot of noise. I get that you do not know who to trust. But this right here, the opportunity I have for you, the chance that I have for you is a chance to get in a space where you can learn something. And worst case scenario, you take that same knowledge and apply it somewhere else, right? You give people options. When you dictate to people and say, this is my product, this is my service, you need what I have, your life will change when you get what I have, and you need this, you need this, you need this, they still wonder why, right? They still wonder why, right? But when you answer that why, you let them see that you were where they are. It's so important. We can't just continue as content creators, as digital marketers, to have vanilla marketing. We can't just state, hey, come buy my product. Hey, come buy my service. Hey, come get these blueprints. It's going to work for you. Trust me. They don't have to. But if you say, look, I was in a hard place. I had a family depending on me. I had a job that I hated every single day. I had my family looking to me like what's gonna happen next, or I just knew in the pit of my stomach I had to do something different, and what I was doing before was not cutting it, so I had to do something different, and this brought me to a place where I can learn how to do something different. All right, guys. So that's your ideas. That's your ideas for today. So I hope you guys take the information and you implement it, because it's not enough to get information. See the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Knowledge is knowing information, and wisdom is knowing how to apply it. But how you leverage wisdom is the massive action that you take. All right. So I challenge you today, take massive action and then go live your life. We work a 2 hour day workflow, right? You do everything you need to do in 2 hours a day, and you let your automations do the rest of it for you. All right. Go share that with the world. But more importantly, go share with the world why your life changed, and see if they don't ask if their life can change too. All right. God bless. All right. And until next time, live life, love God. See you when I see you.